Okay, there we go. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to give you guys options as far as reps. If you don't want to do the high reps, you can just, go until I'm done, and then we can move on to the next one. That's fine. If you don't feel like counting, you could always do half amount of reps. So say we're doing 50 of something and you want to do 25, you feel like that's a better fit for you. Please feel free to take those options so that you're working what's best for your body. And, if you have any soreness issues or, just all the different things that are going on in our bodies, right? We want to be sensitive to that and not train too hard that we can't move tomorrow. Okay, so that is the goal. So let's go ahead and warm up all those muscles that we're going to work. Make sure that your audio is muted at this point, and we will get going here in just a minute. So we're going to take our arms overhead, big stretch, feet are about hip distance apart, and we're going to swing our hands down. Probably have some tight hamstrings for Monday. Lift those arms all the way up and just press your hips forward, open up the front of the body, and let's do it again. So knees are soft here. I was so incredibly sore the next day, so I apologize if I also made you very sore. That wasn't my intent, but sometimes I get excited and, have us working hard. All right, so now we're going to add on a little bit here. You're going to pull your elbows down to your ribs, push them back up, and come on down. Bring it up, elbows down to the ribs. The goal here is to really roll those shoulders back. And again, so we're just kind of going through some of the movements that you're going to see later on in the workout. It's just a big combination of all of them. The big upper body workout, okay, so really take it at your own pace and what's best for your body. All right, adding a little bit more here. So we're gonna bring the elbows down. You're gonna rotate side and side. So if you can see my heels, I'm picking my heels up. I'm just taking a slight rotation here with a wide goalpost position, and come right back to center, reach up, come on down, all the way back up, elbows pull, and then just begin those rotations side to side. Really hugging your shoulder blades towards one another. One more on each side. We'll do that one more time and reach up. Come on down. Big glute squeeze as you rise. And rotate side to side. Perfect. Let's take this into a windmill. So open your arms all the way out to the side. Reach down. Bring your arms up at the top and take it down to the other side. Good. Creating a lot of shoulder mobility. And one more on each side. And last one right there. Good. You are going to hinge at the hip here. This is kind of a funny move, but it really mobilizes the shoulder joint. It's like a dead arm. So you're just going to let that arm, one arm hang down, and just let it go around in a circle, okay? So just pivoting in the shoulder joint, go in the opposite direction as well. Trying not to use a lot of muscular strength to make this happen, but just allowing that joint to mobilize, and then switch to the other arm. Let it hang. I know it seems kind of funny, but we don't want our shoulders to lock up during this workout. All right, release and bring your feet in. I want you to squat down nice and deep into a nice crouching position here. Let your arms swing up as you rise and open out and around. We're going to sit back down again into that little ball, and then arms come up and circle backwards. Again, crouching down. And if crouching that low doesn't feel good on your body, then you just can sit right here in a chair, and that's fine too. Good, let's go ahead and do one more. Crouch it down, and all the way back up, and around. Good job. Okay, some basic squats just to get us going here. Easy does it. You're gonna see a lot of squats tonight, so I'm not gonna do too many for the warm-up, but I do wanna show you good squatting position. Hips are down and back, chest is lifted, especially as we get tired. We tend to fold our body in half, but we got a nice deep squat here. And adding on, you're gonna take a squat and then a hamstring curl. Squat, hamstring curl. So just bring your heel up behind, like you're giving yourself a little kick in the butt. I don't know about you, that's a great stretch for my quads. And adding a little more here, we're gonna cross our arms and then pull them back. Cross and pull. That's too much coordination for you, just do one or the other. Good. Keep going, one more on each side. And last one here, and done. Heel digs to the front, flexing your feet. Reason being is that we are gonna go into some step ups and box jumps, okay? And we want that front of our shin, the anterior tibialis, to be working, okay, to help pull our toes back so that we don't trip when we're stepping up onto a surface. Good, now add a few push and pulls, push and pulls. You're gonna see a lot of pushes tonight. We're in push-up format, and push presses, and single arm clean and presses, all that jazz. So, get that pushing motion going. And overhead, continue with those heel digs. Let's do one more on each side, and we are done. Okay, so we are warmed up. We're ready to rock. Okay, first thing, you're gonna count reps because they're really short for the first one, so I know you guys can do all these reps. If you have a mini band, go ahead and grab one. If you don't have a mini band, you are gonna use your long band. You're gonna take your hands on top of it. Okay, so you get about a foot in front of you, foot distance, and then you'll just wrap your hands. So you've got a nice short distance that you can kind of push against that band. If you're using an actual mini band like this one, okay, I want you to put your hands in it. So that just kind of goes over the top of your hands and put a little pressure on that band. Okay, we're gonna hinge at our hips here, and we're gonna pull the band toward our body, okay? So it just looks like this. You're gonna pull the band towards your body. We're gonna do 15 reps. I'll count, you stay with me, ready? I'll count, so don't worry about it. We're gonna think about pushing against that band and pulling your elbows up and back. I like these bands because you get the push-pull, okay? You get the resistance, the external resistance. Good, you've just got 4 more here. And 2, let's do 1 more, and release. We're gonna step inside this band, okay, and move into our squats. I love banded squats. Again, keeps us in a really great posture position. Our feet are a little bit wider than hip distance, and we're just gonna sink down into the squat, push our knees against the band, and then rise back up. Good, let's go ahead and do 25 of these, and I'll count. Every 5, I'll shout it out for you. Get nice and deep. Good, there's 5. I know this starts really easy, but it's a slow burn. Those of you that have done it, it's a slow burn. There's 10. Good. Good, and we have 15. Okay, if you're going too fast that you're not getting that depth, slow it down just a touch. Really push against the band. There's 20. And just 1 more here, and done. All right, you're gonna take the band off. We're gonna come down to the ground. We're doing modified push-ups, so on our knees to begin with. Like I said, round 1, easy, working into it. You've got 15 push-ups. So you're gonna come to the front of your legs, heels together, and let's go. If you need to modify your push-ups even more, do them on your knees in tabletop position. That was 5. Good, there's 10. We have 5 more. And very last one, you're up to your feet and jumping jacks. So a lot of these exercises, okay, are kind of the intro to the the last level of exercises that we're gonna go through. So we have jumping jacks now for 50. It's a lot of reps, I'm gonna count 10s. Let's go, here's 1, 2. You can always tap and count how many times your hands go overhead. And there's 10 right there. And here's 20. Now make sure those heels are touching the ground. Every time you land, nice soft landing. And here's 30. Coming up on 40 right there, last 10. Okay, this again should not be too challenging. Just working in that moderate training zone. Here's 3, 2, 1, and we are done. Roll those shoulders back and around. We're gonna head right down to the ground for mountain climbers. If you need to do an elevated mountain climber, okay, you're gonna stand up and pull here. You can also use your surface if you have a bench or a chair, and you can do your mountain climbers right here in a more elevated position. So whatever you wanna do, you're gonna count bilateral mountain climbers. You've got 20 on each side. Let's go. Good, I have 10 on each side. Now I'm gonna do 10 more. So if you're staying with my count, okay, we're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock back and stretch. Moving right along, we're gonna stay on the ground into our tricep push-up. So it's a narrow grip push-up. You can do this from tabletop position. You can do this from your knees, okay? Or all the way up on your toes. And again, we wanna stay moderate, so I'm gonna do them on my knees to begin with. We've got 10 close grip push-ups. Here we go, 10. 2 more. And that'll do it right there. Rock back and stretch. We're gonna finish with our last move, which is those banded rows. Okay, so grab your band again. Put your hands in it, bend over, roll your shoulders back into place, and pull, 15. So every round, we begin and end, okay, with very similar moves. If we were doing this with pull-up bars, you'd be doing pull-ups, right? Good job, keep going. Here's 4, and 3, 2, and last one. All right, great. Take your band off. Give yourself a really great stretch here. Rotate side to side. And we are gonna take that moderate or beginner round one more time through. Okay, and I'm gonna really focus on the movements so that you know that you can use those as modifiers as we go along into the harder stuff. So pick up your band again. If you don't have a band and you have light weights, you can use those, okay? Pressure on the band, maybe a little extra pressure. Roll your shoulders back in place. Hinge at the hips. 15 rows, I'll count. You can just stay with me if you want to. Or if you want to power through these and get done faster and have longer recovery, you can do that. We've got 5 more, and 4. And last one right there. Slip that band right around your legs. If you don't want to use the band, you don't have to. Again, you can do squats with just body weight, but we want to step a little wide and sink down into our squat. Here we go. I'm counting for us. So we have 25 squats right there. Coming up on 10, here we go. We got 15 more. Come on, really squeeze your butt on the way up. And how about last 5? Come on. Power through these, get done before me. And time is up. We are done with those squats. Take it down to the ground. Regular push-ups. Okay, so on your knees, regular push-ups. 15. Okay, I'm gonna do them on my knees. You can do tabletop if you like. Let's go. Elbows point right back toward our hips. There's 5. There's 10. And 15, and we're back up for jumping jacks. There are 50 jumping jacks. So I'm gonna count out by 10s. Let's go, here we go. 1. There's 10. Take modifiers if you need it. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of work tonight, so don't feel like you're gonna miss out. There's 20. There's 30. And we got 40. Come on, last 10. Go as fast as you can. Beat me. 3, 2, 1. And let's take it down to the ground. Okay, or you can do mountain climbers and elevated surface, your choice. I'm gonna go to the ground, 20 on each side. Let's go, I'll count by 5s. 1. There's 5. 10. 15. And 20. Rock back, stretch. Narrow grip push-ups are next. Again, hands shoulder distance apart. From the knees, it looks like this, or like this. And we're going at our moderate intensity. So 10 of these, let's go. 10. And stretch it out. You're gonna grab your band for that last round of rows. So put your hands in. Woo. Okay, a little pressure. Bend at the hips. And let's pull 15 times. Good, there's 5. And we're at 10. Let's do those last 5 as fast as we can. And done. Okay, so we are complete. We're done with that sequence. Okay, so each of those exercises can be done in place of all of the other exercises that we're doing in the next round and the following round. Okay, so keep that in mind, and I'll refresh you for the modifications as we go. Pick up your lighter set of weights. So if you have 2 sets of weights, I want you to go lighter weights. Okay, I'm going to use my 8 for my lighter round and my 15s for my heavy round. We're going to go into rows again, dumbbell rows. We're going to roll our shoulders back into place, really bend at the hips, and we're going to lock in here. We've got 25 rows. You can stay with my count. You can do your own count and then recover if you beat me, okay? If you don't want to count and you're like, I'm done thinking, then just finish when I finish, okay? Or maybe you want to do half reps, that's fine too. All right, lots of different options. So, sorry, I got lots of smoke ash everywhere, or I mean fire ash. So bend over, I'm gonna call out 5, let's go. There's 5, that's out of 25. There's 10. 15. Come on, really work the back. Pinch the shoulder blades together. 20. And last one here. And done. All right, set your dumbbells down in between. Shake out. Take a little rotation. Your next move is a deadlift. So you were feeling deadlifts from Monday. I know that because we did a lot of hamstring work. But shoulders roll back in place. If you feel like you want to do this without a weight and just do a hinge, that is your option. So deadlift 50 reps. That's a lot. And count by 10s. Here we go. Here's 1. So hips go back, chest stays lifted. Notice I'm not rounding here as I fold forward. Okay. And if this begins to bother your back at all, okay, I want you to give yourself a little knee bend in the bottom of that movement. That was 10. Okay, so that'll take a little bit of strain off the back if you need it. Whew. It's gonna be a long 50, guys. That was 20 right there. Okay, so again, if you need to do less reps than what I'm calling for, please take breaks as you need to, just like we did Monday night. But you can just take a regular break. That was 30. Come on, really squeeze your hamstrings and butt every time you rise. And we're coming up on 40 right here. Remember, weights go to the knees. They don't need to go any lower than that. Come on, 2 more, 2 more. And time and reps are done, okay? Set those dumbbells down. If you were wanting to count your own reps and you're still going, that's fine. Do that. I'm going to take us on a little break here. It's just always good to release the low back and the spine when we do those hinges. So get a drink of water if you need to. We're moving into 50 regular push-ups. Now, I want these push-ups to be a little harder than the last time you did it, okay? So if you were like in a tabletop position last time, then maybe walk your knees out. Okay, maybe you do half of them on your toes, half of them on your knees. Doesn't matter to me. Regular push-ups. So 50, I'll count by 10s. Everybody ready, position, and let's go. There is 10. So you notice I'm coming down to my knees because I want to keep it, okay, higher than last time, higher intensity than last time, but not in my max effort. There's 20, because I know I have more push-ups in the 3rd round. Ooh. Come on, that's 30 right there. Come on, stay with me. Keep going. Woo. Coming up on 40 right there. Come on, let's go for the last 10. Everybody together. As hard as you can. Power through. Come on, I got 2 more. Let's finish this round. And done. Everybody stretch out right here. Enjoy a release. Woo! Take your elbows to the ground and your hands up and get a small release through the back as well. And the good news is we get to do more of those, okay? But they don't come until a little bit later. So we'll forget we even did them, right? All right, shake out. We are going into squat jumps next, okay? So remember from before we did the banded squat. So if you want to just do a regular body weight squat, that is your low impact option. Squat jump, you're gonna sink down and jump up just like this. If you want to do full body, you're gonna swing your arms, and we're doing 50, and I'll count by 10s. Choose your reps. If you want to cut that in half, that is your option. Here we go. 50 jump squats, and let's go. Get off the ground if you can. Maybe you want something in between, and you can come up on your toes. Okay, but really working those arms. And here's 10 right there. Remember, it's a soft landing. It's like a toe heel landing so that we're not jarring our backs. There's 20. And there's 30. I'm gonna show that option again if you want it. You can just squat and reach. Don't have to come off the ground at all. And there's 40. Come on, last 10. I want you to work moderate high intensity for this final 10. Here's 3, 2, and 1. And done. Man, hopefully that got you right here. You're breathing hard, your heart rate's up. If you're checking on your watch, it should be up in that moderate to high zone. Get a drink, we're gonna go down to the floor, and we're gonna work V-sits next, which is all core engagement. So I'm gonna give some options on those because we do have high reps. If you are on a really hard surface, you may want to take your mat and fold it over so you have a little bit of tailbone cushion as we go into these V-sits. Okay, option 1, right? On the ground, back flat, okay? And you're just simply gonna come up and hold. This is your V right here. And that's a great way to keep this low intensity. Okay, next option, you can add the arms, come up and do one leg, just like this. Full option, okay, is to come all the way up. And maybe straight legs isn't the option for you, maybe it's a bent knee. Now, if you're thinking, man, I think that's gonna hurt my back, okay, not everybody's back feels great in that position, and that's okay, all right? So do some of these with me, see how they feel, all right? Your next option, okay, if you don't wanna do the V-sit, is to take your arms and legs away from each other, and then bring them in, and bring them away, and bring them in. Okay, maybe it's one leg, maybe it's both legs, but either way, you're still kind of getting that somewhat of a V type shape in your lower body. Okay, so we have got 50 reps. I'm gonna let you count those on your own. I'm gonna cap us at 2 minutes. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm gonna cap us at 3 minutes for those V-sits, okay? So your count on your own, whichever one you want to do out of the options, and I'll go through them again. So here we go. I'm gonna do a couple different variations. 50, your count. If you wanna stay with me, I'm gonna stop when I'm done. Okay? Gotta find that balance at the top. We're at 10 right here if you're on my count. I'm gonna show you another option. Okay, another option is straight leg. Looks like this. You're using your arms. Try not to let them throw yourself up, okay? It's a rolling up into that V and holding. I'm at 20 right here. I'm going to show you the modified version. Arms and legs away, pull together. Arms and legs away, pull together. And maybe it's more straight up and down, and that's fine too. Even that works just as hard, doesn't it? But less tension on the low back. And I'm at 30 right there. I'm gonna pause for just a minute and get a drink, but you guys can keep going. 20 left. Woo! If you need to just stretch out and relax, that's totally fine. You can do that, right? I'm gonna try a couple different variations. I'm gonna come up and hold, chest lifted. We have 1 minute left in this set of 3 minutes. So don't feel bad if you don't make it all the way through. It's no big deal. Oh, I got 10 left. Woo! Let's do them. Come on. Big V-sits, wherever you're at. If you haven't tried these straight leg ones, get a couple of them in, even if it's just 1 or 2. Come on, hold. They used to be so much easier when I was younger. And now they're hard. Come on, I got 3 left. We've got 20 seconds left in our time frame. And our time is up in 3, 2, 1. Relax here. All right, everybody stretch yourself nice and long. If you're still finishing up and you just want to keep going, that's okay. But we're going to stretch here for about 10 seconds and let our body relax. Bring your knees into your body, rock from side to side, and give yourself a little stretch here. Woo! I'm going to do a quick check-in with you guys, see how everyone's doing. Hi, Sahar. Good to see you. We doing good? Thumbs up? Yeah, we're live? Okay, we're gonna keep going. Was that brutal? But this is just the moderate to high intensity. It's not even the hardest one. So you can go back to that if it gets too hard, okay? All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see you now.
What's that?
Hi, Sarah.
Hi. Good to see you. All right. So next up is dumbbell push press. This is with both weights in your hands. Okay, both weights in your hands. Okay, you're gonna squat and you're gonna press those weights up overhead. All right, if you wanna do alternating overhead presses, you can. It can look like this, 1 press at a time. That's fine. If you don't wanna use weight, you don't have to use weight. But you are gonna go into 50 of these. I'll count for you by 10s. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2. Core engaged as you bring those weights overhead, okay? Because our bodies are fatigued and we do not want our low back to take any of this weight and cause strain or pain. That was 10. Option, 1 arm. Each one counts. Woo! And that was 20. Come on, get nice and deep. Use your legs. That was 30. Remember, you can choose half the reps. You don't have to go to 50. If this is your first time ever doing this, okay? Half reps is great. There's 40. Come on, let's do 10 more together. Remember, 1 arm at a time. Great option. Two more. And done. Again, you're continuing and you want to finish all your reps, I'm going to give you time to do that. We have 1 more exercise in this set of work. Okay, then we're going to take a nice long recovery before we go to the final block. Okay, so finishing up where we began with 25 rows. I'll count by 5s for you. And again, If you want less reps than that, it's your choice. Here we go. Pick up your lighter weights, shoulders back, hinge at the hips, and pull. Pull. Think about trying to bring your elbows to touch behind your back. There's 5. Controlling the weights on the way down. Don't ever let gravity do the work for you. There's 10. Good, there's 15. Come on, pull your abs in a little tighter. Your back is probably tired from everything we've already done. 20. And done. Okay, set those weights down. Woo, get a drink. Couple quick stretches. Bend both knees, drop a shoulder down. Let's stretch out those pecs. And switch to the other side. And take your hands underneath your legs, round your back, and then release. A little tilt in the tailbone. Woo, we're gonna roll ourselves up, up, up. And we're gonna reach overhead and to the side. Okay, so as we move into our final round, it is extremely challenging. So if you wanna stay, okay, with the round that we just did, I will let you know those exercises as we go, all right? I know that this gets a little more challenging. But since we have all levels and abilities in boot camp, we gotta train in all of those areas. Okay, so first exercise, pull-ups. Now, if you have a pull-up bar at your house, then you can do pull-ups. If you have a table at your house, okay, and it can hold your body weight, you can get underneath it and you can do pull-ups with your hands in an overhand position on that table. So if you are able to fit underneath your coffee table or your kitchen table, it's a really great way to do pull-ups, okay? If not, we're gonna use a band, okay? We're gonna pull on the band, so it's about 1 foot long. So if you have a long band, wrap it up, okay? And you're gonna be here with your knees soft. We're gonna pull our elbows down to our ribs, okay? And then slowly release back up. That is your pull-up. Now you have tension on your band in both directions, and that is the hard part, okay? So if you get tired of that, you're gonna go back into your rows with your heavier weights, okay? So pull-ups or rows, your choice. All right, we've got 25 of these guys, so core nice and tight, okay? Arms up, ears, or biceps right next to our ears. Pull the band apart and let's go. I'll count by 5s for us. We're keeping tension on the way up and the way down. So really working our upper back. That was 5. Good, there's 10s, and there 10, single 10. On there's 15, your traps are talking, aren't they? Not only that, you're feeling this in your triceps, your biceps, your forearms. That's what pull-ups are all about. There's 20, come on, give me 5 more. If you need to go to rows, you can. 2 more. And last one right there, done. Oh, we made it. I think my arms might fall off. Okay, so I'm gonna just take a little stretch. I'm gonna just round through my upper back, pull my shoulder blades apart, and we're gonna get ready for deadlifts. Now you're gonna use your heaviest weight for deadlift. If your hamstrings and back are tired from Monday or tired already from tonight, you can drop weight if you need to. 50 of these guys, all right? I'm gonna count by 10s for you. Roll your shoulders back in place. So your only other option is lighter weight or a little bit less reps. Here we go. Counting by 10s. That was your first 10 right there. Do a quick check-in. How you feel? How's your back feel? Low back specifically. Remember, you could always do a bent knee deadlift to lessen the load on the back, okay? There's 20. I'm gonna do just a couple of those because my hamstrings are so tight. Running the same day you do boot camp is not always a good idea, but sometimes that's all that the schedule allows. So there's 30 right there. Go ahead, really hinge, belly button goes parallel to the floor. And then we've got 40. Everybody do a quick check. Shoulders are rolled back. Keep that tension in the upper back. I've got 7, 8, and 9. Finishing up right here. And 10. All right, again, finish your reps if you're still going. Woo. All right, this is where our box jumps come into play. So if you have a step or a bench or a chair, something that's stable enough for you to step onto or jump onto, this is where you're gonna use it, okay? Maybe you have just a tiny little 2-inch step, that's fine. Anything that's a slightly higher surface, okay? So a step up is your first option, up, up, down, down, or a jump all the way up, and a step off is your next option. Again, so we jump up and step back down. Pull your toes back, okay, that flexion in the foot, so you don't trip. If you don't have a platform or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you're either gonna do squats or you're gonna go back to those squat jumps for your exercise. So rep count is 50. I'll count by 10s for us, okay? This might be a better exercise, actually, we all do on our own count because I don't know what your surfaces look like, okay? So I'll count, I'll yell out my 10 so you know where I'm at, but I'm gonna give us 3 minutes again to get this done, okay? It's a long time, but we need it. Here we go, ready, set, and begin. We're going to 50, okay? Just gonna check in with you guys. Remember, squats are the option if you're getting tired. Just go nice and quick through those squats. Or the squat jump, if that works better for you. So I'm done with my 50 reps, and I'm sure that you guys are getting pretty close too. So I'm just gonna check in, see how everybody's doing, so that if we get done early, then we can push through and move on. You guys are looking good. No matter which one you did, you felt it. I know you did. Ooh. Good job, nice job, Ian. Whew. So while you're continuing on, our next exercise is back on the ground, and it's very core intensive, okay? Good, you don't have to stop early, but if you're done, give me a thumbs up with all your reps. Good, all right, awesome. I can't see you, Jess and Sahar, so I'm just gonna assume that you guys are almost done. I'm gonna give you about 30 seconds more while we go through the next exercise. Wipers. So those of you that have done the 300, you know wipers are hard, right? So first option, no weight in the hands. You can practice these with me if you can see me. And you're gonna bring your knees to your elbows, okay? Your shoulders are locked down in place. Now I think it's actually easier with the weights because it helps lock you down to the ground. So you're gonna hold your weights up, and you bring your knees corner to corner. Okay, next option is to bring legs straight, go down the middle and up to the corner. Okay, so just like this. It is a challenging move. If it doesn't feel good for you, then I'm gonna give you an option not to do it, okay? So I don't want you to do the V-sits again. If you're not gonna do it, okay, what I want you to do is just bring your knees in and press them out. Knees in and press them out, but keep your arms up. So that is your option if you need it. 50. There are 50 of these. We're gonna do 25 to each side to make a total of 50. And we're gonna go on our own count, and we're gonna stop in 4 minutes. Okay, so you have 4 minutes to get to 50 or whichever rep count you choose. All right, here we go. Arms are up. If you wanna make it harder, arms go wider. The idea is that you are holding on to a big barbell, okay? So your arms are slightly wider than shoulders if possible. I'm going to show you that option again. Knees in, knees out. If you need to modify, okay, you can even go knees in and then press up. It's totally up to you. That's 25 on each side. So might not take us 4 minutes, but just in case, I want us to have that time frame. Guys are looking good. I see a lot of feet moving corner to corner. That's perfect. So we have 1 minute left to finish all of these reps. It's 25 to each side, okay? 25 to each side, 50 total. Looking good. Take a break when you need it. Good job, good job. Make those arms go a little wider if you're still working through these. Give yourself that challenge. 30 seconds left. All right, we're gonna move into, okay, if you guys are done, give me a thumbs up. Done, done, done. Okay, it's okay if you're not done, you still got 20 seconds, but you're gonna move into a single arm clean and press next. So you wanna get a heavy weight. I want you to start heavy and then you can drop weight if you need to, okay? So 10 seconds left for those of you finishing up. Ah, thanks, Sahar. Look at thumbs up there on the screen. Okay, so we're gonna start heavy. Guaranteed you're gonna fatigue with this move, okay? So start heavy, do as many reps as you can heavy, drop your weight if you need to, okay? So here's what that single arm clean and press looks like. It's a similar move to the snatch and the dumbbell bicep curl and press. So those, it's kind of like a combination of those two moves. So here's what it looks like, okay? You're gonna hinge at your hips, okay? You're gonna bring it up and tuck your elbow underneath. You see that? So bring it up, tuck your elbow underneath, and then you're gonna press up to the top, okay? Now, if you're looking at me and thinking, man, my shoulder doesn't move like that, then this is where your options come in, okay? You can do a bicep curl to press, okay? Or you can do that snatch again if that was a better movement pattern for your shoulder. So again, clean and press, hinge at the hips. So there's a little bit of a movement in the hips here. We pull up, we get underneath. Notice my elbow drops under. We press up, we catch, and then we drop. Now, what's awesome about this move is that if you're doing a heavier weight, the opposite side of your body is stabilizing like crazy to keep you from tipping over, okay? So try it a couple times. Choose the option of the bicep curl press if you want that, or the snatch from Monday, okay? So you guys are gonna do 25 of these on each arm. 25 on each arm, that's a lot, okay? I'm gonna let you do your own count again, and we're gonna go for another 4 minutes and see what we can get done, okay? So start heavy, drop weight if you need to, okay? And do what you can do. 4 minutes on the clock, ready, set, and let's go here. So get under, press, catch, release, good. We really wanna be careful that we're not allowing gravity again to pull our body forward like this, but as we drop the weight, it's a push down. And if you can do heavy weight the whole time, then do it. Push through it. I'm at 15. This is always my breaking point. Come on, you got this. Use your legs as you get tired. Come on, sit and then push. As soon as you've got 25 on one side, you gotta hit the other side. Oh, I always have to pound out my shoulder a little bit because it kind of goes numb. All right. Now think about your core. Again, anytime you're pressing overhead, your low back can really take that weight. We don't want that to happen. I always just like to think I have like high-waisted pants on, kind of that girdle effect, pulling me in tight, stabilizing my back and my core. Come on. Your whole body is working so hard to finish these reps because it's so fatigued. I've got 10 left. And we've got 90 seconds left on the clock in those 4 minutes. Woo! So as soon as you're done, you just walk out, move your arms, okay? Circle them, cross them, whatever you need to do to shake them out. You guys look awesome. You're working so hard, I can see that. 30 seconds. Is that gonna give you guys enough time to finish? Should we put a little extra time on the clock? Looking good. If you're lifting heavy weight, that took you longer, and that's okay. Your next exercise involves the band. Don't stop now. If you're continuing your reps, keep going. You got about 5 seconds left. Thumbs up. Are we done? Anybody else thumbs up with your reps? Good. Okay, if you're still going, you can just watch. You can keep moving and watch what we're doing. We're going back to the pull-ups. Okay. So pull-ups if you have a pull-up bar. If you don't, and you want to try the table or your band, pull it apart again. So if you have the long band, you're just holding on, pulling it apart. And the final move, 25 pull-ups. Do you think this is gonna hurt? It's gonna hurt. All right, soften your knees, tuck your tailbone a little bit. Okay, arms up overhead, biceps right next to yours, 25. Your count, and begin. Pull down, so you're pulling the band apart, and down. And you can lessen your grip on that band. If it's feeling too tight, you just lessen the grip. Keep on moving. Good, the slower you go, the more you hold in the bottom, okay, the harder those traps get to work. I got 10 more. I'm finishing. As soon as you're done, let go of all that tension. You have done it. You've completed the 300 workout times like 4, really, right? Because we did 2 of those first rounds. I know, brutal. Do you kind of like it? You kind of remember loving and hating it? I have a love-hate relationship with it too. I totally get it. Okay, we're going to spend a long time stretching with some balance work thrown in there as well, because we always need more balance work. So starting on the end of your mat, hinging at your hips, just stay there for a moment. Reach your arms out. Oh, that feels so good. From here, I want you to walk your hands out into a downward facing dog. So hips are high. If you need to, you can do a child's pose instead. And from here, let's take one leg off the ground. So lift it up. Okay, if you're modifying this, you can be right here, and then you can lift your leg in this position as well. So lift that leg up, rotate your ankle around, and then set your leg down, switch to the other side, lift it up. Just stretch first, and then rotate your ankle around. And release. Everybody go to a child's pose now, and send your hips to the right and send your hands to the left. Take your right hand, cross it over your left hand if you can. You're gonna feel all those muscles you just worked in that single arm clean and press. And then walk your hands and hips to the other direction. Take your left hand over your right hand. And we're gonna go all the way down, face down on the ground. So lay yourself down on the ground, okay? Arms are open wide, a little scorpion here. I want you to lift up your right leg, okay? And you're gonna just take it over your left leg. As you do that, look to your right. And then release back to the ground, lift your left leg up, bend the knee, rock over. You're giving the ground a really big hug here. So try to keep your shoulders and chest toward the ground. And then return back to center one more time on each side. Hopefully that feels like a great stretch on your low back. So you bend the knee, rotate. And release. You might feel a little popping in your low back. As long as it's not painful, you're probably fine. But if it's painful, obviously change the movement pattern. And then come back to the center. Good. Let's go ahead and push up. If you can push up off the ground and come to your feet for a little bit of balance. So if you have a really thick mat or even just any kind of mat and you feel like it's not going to be a good position for you to balance on, then just go to the ground or the floor. But we're going to start by lifting one leg out to the side. We're going to take the other arm, reach it out at an angle here. So just stabilizing our hips, okay? We're going to bring our hand and touch down somewhere on our lower leg, so knee to calf, and then extend back out. So some great standing core work and balance. If you need to hold on to something with that other hand, you can do that. But this is just a really great way to kind of open up the body. Let's do one more time here. All right, we're gonna cross that leg over and then just sit down into a figure four stretch. Reach your hands out in front of you. Hips are nice and deep. If you need to hold on, you can. Okay, we're gonna reach our arms up, so lengthening the spine. Oh, that feels like a great stretch, doesn't it, for all the back work we did. Now take your hands and reach them over to one side. Still balancing. Over to the other side. And release. Okay, other side. So start with the leg lifting, opposite arm out to the side, and bring it in, just a little touch, cross body movement, and open up. Okay, there's a considerable amount of ash coming down out here. Are you guys feeling this out here? Wow. Keep coming, slow and steady. Balance helps if you bend the standing leg. And one more time, open wide. Cross this one over, sink down into that figure four, find your balance. That side is not as balanced as the other. Reach your arms to me. So reach them out in front. Good, and then begin to reach them up. Good. Nice work, and then reach them over to one side. Doesn't matter which side, you're gonna do both. Maybe there's one that feels easier. And then over to the other side. And release. Good. Shake out those legs. Okay. Last thing we're going to do, some single leg squats. So I want you to take your right leg. I'm standing on my right leg. So stand on your right leg. Okay. And we're going to hinge forward at our hips. Put our hands just kind of right at our chest. Hold. Okay. And then we're going to reach our hands open and lift our knee up. So again, if you want to hold on to something, you can. So hinge, hinge, hinge. Bend the standing leg. And then all the way up, open the front of the body. And one more time, hinge. Stand up nice and tall. From here, you're gonna take that lifted leg, reach behind, and keep your other arm up, and lean back a little bit. And switch to the other side. So knee up, okay, hinge. Bring those arms up and even open your fingers as you stretch your arms up. Really give your palms a good stretch. Clean and presses, all the heavier dumbbell work can cause your hands to cramp up. Okay, we worked a lot of grip strength. So it's good to really extend those fingers. If you type a lot, your fingers are curled forward. Last one here. And take that lifted leg, bring it behind. And other arm goes up. And lean back and stretch. And release. All right. We're going to just do one quick arm stretch on each side. Wiggle your fingers. Move your wrists. And switch to the other side. So this week, our focus for nutrition is not getting into our comfort food fixes. And I think it's very timely since this weekend is getting cold and it's very fall-like and everything is pumpkin spice. And I realized that basically anything that pumpkin is in has to be sweetened because pumpkin's not sweet. So that's really hard. But what I did find out, one little swap and trick that I have that I want to share with you guys is buy pumpkin spice and put it in everything and don't add sugar to it. And it's great. Like put it in your yogurt, put it in your, sprinkle it on anything that you'd like, really, your squash or your vegetables. And then you have pumpkin spice everything without all the sugar. So that's my hack for you. So you can unmute if you'd like, but I'd love to hear what some of your indulgences are that you maybe can think about swapping to make some healthier comfort food choices. Anybody? Okay, let's start with what are your comfort food choices that you always go to when it's fall and it's getting cold and you want to bake or do something like that?
Definitely baking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made cinnamon rolls the other day and they're all gone.
Oh no. Well, that's what's supposed to happen. Yes, I made cornbread the other night though, and I added pumpkin.
Ooh.
Okay, and swapped out the oil for yogurt, so that helped. So I felt like, okay, gluten-free, vegetables, plain yogurt. So we're getting somewhere, right? So there's lots of swaps you can make. Is basically what I'm trying to tell you. Is there's lots of swaps you can make to get that comfort food feeling without all the extra, negating everything that you're doing with boot camp. So Victoria's gonna give you some good tips on that for your weekend vlog. Okay.
I have a pretty good banana bread recipe that's gluten-free and dairy-free. You can use almond milk, cashew milk, or coconut milk, and I've found that cashew milk actually is one of the better milks to use to be non-dairy, and it's still quite moist.
Awesome. Well, yeah.
And like you said, add pumpkin.
Pumpkin, throw pumpkin.
That would be yummy. Banana pumpkin bread, I love it.
Yeah, do it. That's the other thing is I put a banana in my cornbread instead of sugar. So, like all around, fruit and vegetable bread.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know it's hard sometimes when, life is stressful and baking makes you feel better, but ultimately, right, good food makes you feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so think about those swaps that you can make and share them if you have any good things that you want to share. Okay, you have their email for everybody on the list that I send out, so feel free to share your banana bread recipe or whatever. Okay.
Cool.
You guys are awesome this week. Okay, I'm really proud of you guys for knocking that out.
Be sore. Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's okay. You got lots of leaves to rake before the weekend, right?
For sure.
Except for Beth, she already did hers.
I'm done. Get the wind blows again.
Right, I know. All right, you guys.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.